Hey, good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the song Love Is the Answer. This song was written by Todd Rundgren and was played by England Dan and John Ford Coley. It was first released in 1977, I think, by Todd Rundgren, and then re-released in 1979. This is a redo of an existing video that I had that I think I needed to produce better. And it's a little bit easier to play this way. So like before, I'm going to play you a snippet of the song and then I'm going to break it down for you. The guitar's in standard tuning, so let's go ahead and get started. Stay here anymore. I've the time and known I've been from shore to shore to shore. If there's a shortcut, I'd have found it, but there's no easy way around it. Light of the world, shine on me. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how to play this great song. This is a fingerpick song done in its best. There's a video out there, Dan Seals plays this. This is a fantastic song for fingerpicking. The guitar itself is in standard tuning. I do have a little bit of delay on the guitar amp, but the song opens up with a kind of a melody intro, and it starts up here on the ninth fret in the F sharp minor 7th position. So that's laying your finger across all the strings on the 9th fret, and then you put your middle finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and then your ring finger on the 11th fret of the D string. And then you're going to do a little pluck. You're going to pluck on the A string, and then you're going to pluck on the high E string. So it's sort of a melody line. So let me play it first, and then I'll break it down. So you're going to play a little melody. Okay? So that's sort of the intro melody chord. So it's F sharp minor 7th up here, and then you're going to do a sort of a finger pick here. So it's, and then you're going to hammer on and then a pull off of the 12th fret of the B string to get this. You should see that. Okay, and then you're going to go to the D major 7th and the 2nd fret. That's just laying your first finger over the 2nd fret of the G string, B string, and high E string. So it's, and then you're going to use the D as your bass. So it's, you're going to do a similar little pull off on the 4th fret of the high E string. Okay, so the way that sounds is, okay. Now the next chord is a B minor 7th here in the 2nd fret. And then the way that's played is you're just laying your finger across the 2nd fret of all the strings, and you're putting your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string. And then you're going to be playing that using playing this string here, the 5th string, because this is the B bass. And you can do a little, again, the little hammer on, except you're going to do it on the 5th fret of the B string. So it's, okay. So the way those three chords are together, so that's F sharp minor 7th, D major 7th, okay? Okay, so that's how that's played. So let me play it at full speed. This is the toughest part of the song, and you really only play it once, so it's. Okay, so now you're going to go to an F major 7th and do sort of stabs. So it's F major 7th, first position, first finger on the first fret of the B string, middle finger on the second fret of the G string, and then the ring finger is on the third fret of the D string. So you're going to go, that's an F major 7th. And the way you're going to get that, you're going to go from F major 7th to the half bar F, which is you're just going to roll this finger down onto the high E string first fret. So it's getting that. Okay, so the way it's full speed, that's. And they're basically stabs, and then go to an A chord, first fret. And then you're going to go to an E major 7th with an A bass. So you're going to basically leave your fingers there on the A chord, and then you're going to lay your ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string, the B string, and the high E. And you're going to use the A as the bass. So it's. Okay? So the way that sounds is. From an A to an E major 7th with an A bass. Okay, so let's listen how that sounds. Okay, now you're going to go to a C chord, first position. Okay, and then you're going to do a C suspended 4th, and the way you do that is by just putting your pinky on the 4th fret of the D string, keeping the A shape the very same. So it's. Okay, so the way that's. Then you're going to go to a D chord with an E bass. So that's just using your E as the bass string, standard E chord. This is all a stab. So it's D, E, E with an E bass again. Okay, so it's D with an E bass, E, D again. And then you're going to go to an A suspended 4th, which is the first position. First finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string, and your ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's an A suspended 4th. And then you're going to end on an A 5th, which is essentially you're just going to put your ring finger, and this is a hard stretch, on the 5th fret of the high E string. So you're going to hit this note there, right there. So the way that sounds together is. So let me play the whole thing, the whole intro all together, and hopefully you'll get that. I'll do it slowly. All right, so that's the intro. Luckily, only play that in the intro and then on the bridge. And then it gets into the first verse. First verse is very simple. It's just an F sharp minor 7th, first position. So it's you lay your finger across the 2nd fret, all the strings, and then you just put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string. So it's. And then it's going to go to a C sharp minor 7th, which is you lay your finger across all the strings on the 4th fret, and then you put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and then you put your or your middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and your ring finger on the 6th fret of the D string. So that's a C sharp minor 7th. So it's name your price, ticket to pay, back to the F sharp minor 7th, and back to the C sharp minor 7th. And then you go to a B minor 7th. You just take this shape and you slide it down 2 frets. Stay here, B minor 7th to a D major 7th. That's just laying your finger across the 2nd fret of the G string, the B string, and the high E, using your D as the bass. D string is the bass, this one right here. I've been high and low, same thing again, F sharp minor 7th to a C sharp minor 7th. I've been from a shore to same shore. If there's a short, B minor 7th. And then you're gonna go a little variation on the B minor 7th. You're gonna, instead of catching all the strings, you're gonna make it into an E bass. So you just have to sort of slide this down and get the E bass going. But there's to a D major 7th, no easy way. And then you're gonna go to a C sharp suspended 4th. And you do this one by going up and doing the half bar C sharp. So that's C sharp. Okay. You're going to lay your finger across from the 5th string down on the 4th, on all the 4th fret, and then you're going to do another half bar from on the 6th fret from the D string down. And then you're going to lay your pinky on the 7th fret of the B string. So the way that sounds is, let me play it. If there's a shortcut, I'd have found it, but there's no easy way around it. Okay. So that's B minor 7th, B minor 7th with an E bass, D major 7th, and then C sharp suspended 4th. And then you get into the chorus. Light of the world starts out on an F sharp minor. And so it's basically like a minor 7th, except for you put your pinky finger in addition on the 4th fret of the D string. Light of the world, shine on me. C sharp minor 7th to a B minor 7th. This is sort of the key riff. Love is the answer, shine on us all. F sharp minor 7th to a C sharp minor 7th. Love is the to a B minor 7th. And then you're going to play the second verse, which is exactly the same chords as the first verse. Okay, go through that. Then you're going to repeat the chorus again, Light of the World. And then you're going to get into the bridge, and the bridge essentially is using the same chords as the intro does, okay? It's not as elaborately melodized, or whatever it's called. It's going to it goes, tell me alive are we, or just a dying plan. Oops, let me get that here. Love is the answer. Tell me, are we alive, or just a dying planet? What are the chances? Ask the man in your heart for the answer. Okay, and so you're just playing the same chords as in the intro after that chorus. So you go F sharp minor 7th, D major 7th to a B minor 7th, and then you're going to do the little F major 7th to the F, and then the same thing with the A to the E major 7th, little stabs. Same thing with the C to the C suspended 4th, to a D with an E bass, E, back to a D with an E bass, to an A 7th suspended 4th, to the A 5th. Okay, so let me play that one time, full speed. Tell me all your life, or just a dying planet, what are the chances? Okay. All right, and then it goes into a sort of an outro riff, and it's just a variation on the chords. And there's another person singing sort of a response. So it's, and when you, it starts out on a C sharp minor 7th. And when you feel afraid, love one another, and you lost your way, love one another. So it's C sharp minor 7th, F sharp minor 7th, and then the response is G to a D. So, and when you feel afraid, love one another, and you lost your way, love one another. Okay, and it just goes on and on like that. That's a really cool part of this song. The last line of that is gonna go, and we got to love one another, one another. Okay, and it's just gonna go from a G to a B minor 7th, and that's sort of the way you go back to the chorus again. Light of the world, shine on me, and then it just fades out, and there's sort of vocal ad lib on it. Okay, hopefully that gave you some instruction on how to play this great tune. Love is the answer. It's a great tune. The ladies love it, and I think you'll have fun playing this song. So, as before, if you have any questions about this video or any of the other videos I've made, go ahead and leave a question or comment, and I'll get back with you when I can.